questions, which is a more global one. And maybe it could be answered by each of the three other presentators. For Airbus, Leonardo, Dassault, Thales Avionics, above all individual local applications, do you start building an EI equivalent of classical global information system to see your business, not just through data, but through the output of each individual EI application? Do you understand the question? It's a little bit difficult, but we think a little bit about it. I think we have today more and more in our companies global information system. And so for me, the question is what introduction of EI can add to this approach of global information system?
Okay, I try to break the ice. What AI can do for global information system, starting from industrial point of view?
It can be a starting point.
Okay, it can be a starting. It's what I understood of the question.
You are thinking through your test for a future CEO. You understand?
No. As everybody in this room already said, AI is just a tool like computer informatics. It's just more powerful and has more potential than current softwares. And so we currently, with current informatics, we already have, we do not have global information system. It's really hard banally, to let's speak SAP with another information system, with Outlook, and cybersecurity issues are complexifies even more this interconnection. AI just give us output. We can share this output all together. Yes, there are studies that showing us that it's possible, for example, to detect the same object from different point of view, from different sensor in different spectrum that give us the same result. Okay, this is a googlet from my point of view, from the point of view of this camera, and it's useful to know that there is a googlet on the table. Perfect. It's a matter of standards, communication standards, interoperability, and all the work that it has been done in NATO is going in this direction. We call internally digital continuum. Okay, so how the information can flow from one element to another. AI as a role, just yes, in the sense that give us more insights on the situations, or can give us more capabilities to choose a direction, a trajectory from another trajectory, but it's not the enabler of this flow of information. That's my point of view. You want to continue? Continue? Okay, go.
Yes, just from a very practical point of view, I think we are not at this stage of a global information system. I mean, for most of the companies, we're at a stage where we are deploying AI in all the various departments as a tool for software developer, as a tool for HR, as is mentioned by Airbus earlier. So I think we have to achieve first this first step to adopt AI in our day-to-day life, and then maybe there will be a phase of consolidation. But to me, it's too early to organize this this global information system. So just my personal point of view.
So I have to say something also. I would say this is not the way we tackle this this issue at Dassault Aviation. At Dassault Aviation, we certainly have a global information system, which is very powerful and full of information. But we tackle the problem by looking at needs. Needs are expressed by experts and technical developers, or clients, or customers, or pilots. And then we attempt to collect the data that is useful to fulfill this need. So the data is in the global information system. We need to collect it, to prepare it, to learn the model that is going to answer the question that is asked in the need expression. And then we need to develop the development verification, validation process so that we are able to validate conformity to the requirements and to the expressed need. So there is a lot of things to do before achieving something that is shared among everybody and in all stages of company and in the development, in the life cycle of the product development. But we are on the good way, the good direction.
Thank you very much for these answers to pretty difficult questions. I have a simpler one for Thales. So Thales, how far along are you in your journey towards certifying your tracking application for surveillance? Do you still have some challenges here?
So currently we are in the process with EASA, but I'm looking at Guillaume. It's not Guillaume team because it's not AI so far. We are in the process of certifying our drone for safe for operations. So for those who know a bit the regulation, that topic, it's the overflying scarcely populated area. And this is the current topic that is ongoing with EASA. We've decided not to put everything at the same time, so we will wait for this process to complete, hopefully in the coming months, and then start the discussion for more autonomous operations, because we believe that before having an autonomous drone, we need to have a drone that is flown in regular operations with a remote pilot on the ground. So yes, it's a plan, but it's more for a few years than for a few weeks.
Thank you. So more global questions. Any of you, all of you, should AI development be centralized in the company or disseminated? I think it's a good question.
Okay, there is no universal answer to this question. It depends on the need and it depends on what you want to develop. But I think that it is an interesting and powerful tool, that it has been said many times. It's like having a super computer and many people want to use it. So I think it will be disseminated in the end, but the goal is not to use AI. The goal is to answer the needs, and AI is useful for this. So whenever it is possible, it will be used. So it will end by being disseminated, but this is not a goal per se.
Yes, so
I do agree. No, sorry. I do agree on my side, and this is what I said, I think, previously in my presentation. Using AI is not a product itself. It's a technobrick, an enabler, and we use it if it makes sense, if it adds value. And sometimes what I said to my colleagues, don't use AI at the first sight. Sometimes we have a simpler solution for depending of the problem. So the goal indeed is not to use AI, it is to use AI where it makes sense and where there is an added value which is proven.
So on our side, we have started with disseminated teams, depending on the skills available. So it was the first start of AI within Thales. But I have also to mention that there is research, and I'm looking at Juliette because she knows it better than me. There has been research on AI and practical implementation of AI for decades. So yes, but today clearly there is an acceleration, and David and Juliette are leading a consolidation so that we are not redoing the same things in different parts of the world. So clearly, we need an organization that federates all initiatives. Philippe mentioned the ANITI and the DL working groups. These are groups who are participating as well. And to be effective, we need to be organized because and there was a presentation of research work this morning. This needs a consolidation of efforts if we want to go the furthest on the path. So it's a combination of the two, I would say, dedicated teams with specialties in every part of the world and consolidation so that we do not lose energy.
I finished saying that when I explained at the beginning the role of roadmap manager is to look into all parts of the company to find who is doing what in AI. The reason is that to avoid to redo the same things 10 times. So for example, I can give you a practical case that happens a month ago. You saw the digital service tower that is doing flight condition recognition. So take customer time series and we know which kind of maneuvers our customer are doing. And essentially there were a need inside the flight test operation in doing the same things and they would like to start again to doing the same job. So we just connect the dot, retrain a model, it takes weeks instead month, and we have the same services into areas of the company. Just to say that as Baptiste said, we need to do the inception in all the departments, but have another view from above in order to avoid double project. That's the conclusion.
Thank you for this clear answer. Another questions towards Lefebvre, Monsieur Lefebvre. How is the risk of cyber attacks taken into account, particularly in the context of drone autonomy and possible loss of connectivity?
So yes, it's so for every development in a way we have the cybersecurity or even larger the security assessment. So and especially the cybersecurity one. Cybersecurity is one of the technological pillar of Thales, so we cannot forget it. For the specific mission of drones, you have different strategies. First, as I have presented, the loss of communication is not an issue for this implementation, which is quite a factor of robustness, I would say, for the solution. And additionally, we are very careful as well at the interface between the safety computer and the high-performance computer. We are very prescriptive on the type of trajectories that we can receive, and we check them at the entry of the computer. So it's where we have a great layer of cyber security is at the final check, because if it's not compliant with the performance of the aircraft or with the ground obstacle database, we will reject the input. So it's one layer, and then you have all the layers that you can add on the communication side. So it's more, I would say, business as usual. And you have also research within Thales on the cybersecurity of AI models. Here it's less relevant because we are in reinforcement learning, so we are not using public data or grid-based data. It's more based on simulation, so it's more difficult to attack, but still it's an area of research.
Okay, so we are running short of time. We have still some questions. Maybe a last one for. So general questions to all of you, but I think you have partially answered, but you may confirm. Is there a company strategy that is supporting AI integration in your company? Do you focus more on internal operations or product-based?
No, the question is quite simple. Integration of AI in our knowledge, in our experience, start essentially from the processes, company processes. Because you can put AI in machinery, AI in fault detections, AI for metal models in design. We saw the virtual sensor. We also use virtual sensor dedicated in the designing phase. So more or less, roughly speaking, 70% of the project are in the processes. Then we are approaching the product. Why it's so difficult? And there are few projects in the products because products needs to be sold, and to sell products you need certifications. So it's just a starting point. Once everybody will really understood how to do it, we start to put the big pack on it. Okay, perfect.
So I think I already said it. At Dassault Aviation, we tackle all the targets for our customers, for the pilots, for our teams. So it's both internal and for products and services.
So thank you very much again for your presentations and the answer to those questions. And with that, I will close these subsessions. Thank you very much.